joined today by Mark Cooksey, Managing Director and CEO of ABX Group. Mark, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I'd like to start by talking about the rare earths project in Tasmania. How big's the opportunity?
Yeah, we think it's really significant because what the world's realising is that most of the heavy rare earths used for permanent magnets come from these ionic clay deposits in China. Plenty of people are looking for these deposits in Australia and elsewhere. You can find clays with rare earths, but to find a real ionic clay looks to be very unusual, and we have one.
And you've gone a little step further. You've built a resource, but you've also started thinking about metallurgy recoveries, in some instances ahead of probably what people would expect you to be doing.
Yeah, possibly. To me, it seems quite natural. You want to do these things in parallel. You want to understand what's the potential resource, what does the metallurgy look like, what does the cost look like, and what's your path to market. So we've been pursuing all of those really from the beginning. As soon as we got some initial hits, we've been doing all of those. And yeah, I think it's helped guide our development and give us confidence in the project.
As you touched on, the metallurgy is a focus of the company. What work's been done and what has it taught you about this project?
Yeah, so the whole thing with these ionic clays is that if you put the clay in a salt solution, you can extract a significant percentage of the rare earths, say 50% or more. And that's what our results have shown. With other clays, you find that you have to add more acid to get a significant extraction. And the reason that is important is that adds a lot of cost. So our analysis shows that the extra cost from adding more acid far outweighs the higher extraction. So it looks really important to operate with a salt solution, pH of 4, and we say pH is king.
What work needs to be done now? What's the plan?
We've done both our resource size and the prospects for what the resource can be, and our metallurgy work all show that this is definitely plausible. So the next key step is to do a scoping study, and we're seriously considering about to start that process, and that will give us a lot more confidence of the actual CapEx and OpEx from the project.
Clearly focused on development, not just drilling out the biggest resource you possibly can. Does that set you apart from your peers, do you think?
Possibly. Again, and to me that's the natural thing to do. If you want to create a project, which is what we do, you need to address all aspects: resource, metallurgy, path to market, and that's certainly what we think is the right approach.
Well, a clear path with the rare earths project. I'd like to flip things over a little bit and look at Alcor. Can you talk to the opportunity and what you've uncovered through Alcor?
Yeah, so this is again the same principle of looking for a good commercial opportunity. So what we have is a chemical, aluminium fluoride, that is essential to produce aluminium metal. Australia doesn't produce any of this aluminium fluoride, so we have to import it all. It's like AdBlue for diesel, and it's relatively high priced, more than $1,000 a tonne, and that's because fluorine is expensive. And what we've identified is that the aluminium industry produces a waste, has a lot of fluorine in it, and we've developed a process to take a fluorine from aluminium smelting, turn it back into aluminium fluoride, which aluminium smelters need. So it's a perfect example of the circular economy.
And how advanced is the technology and what are the next steps?
So there's a real, when you're developing a new chemical engineering process, it's about scale up. So we've done it in the lab. We've shown, yes, we can recover the fluorine from this waste. We can make aluminium fluoride. Now we're into more the engineering, which is just to show this can work at commercial scale. So it's a pilot plant. We're in the final stages of designing that pilot plant, negotiating with vendors, and the pilot plant will be constructed this year and then commissioned early next year.
Two projects with strong commercial focus following a clear path to that commercial outcome. Exciting times ahead for ABX and its shareholders. Mark, thanks for your time.
Thanks, David.